personally, I like to communicate face to face because I feel like over texting and over phone calls and even email sometimes, like translation and meaning can get lost. It gets lost in translation. So I like talking to people in person because I feel like you're able to connect better and have people understand you and get your point across in that way.
If I can't have face-to-face communication, I prefer to use like the telephone, like actually physically talking to them, because there's no miscommunications. Usually you can hear the inflection in their voice.
So as a current comm student, I prefer to communicate personally. Like I like phone calls a lot. I feel like those are really effective. For me, if I'm trying to reach someone really fast, I think a phone call or even a FaceTime, you can even see them face to face, is very effective. Probably not even the best is even just being in person. That way you can really see facial expressions, understand like where they're coming from. Face-to-face communication is probably the best, but if you're not with each other, FaceTime or even a phone call is better than the common text messaging or emailing, just so you know exactly what page people are on.
Yes, because we have shorter attention spans usually for things, so in face-to-face communication you probably don't pay as much attention as you used to. And also we use a lot of different like emojis and different things that have different symbols to us now.
I think technology has affected communication more in like a negative way now these days. That people just don't understand. They interpret things differently, and things can become across maybe more offensive or opposite of that. Sometimes you just can't exactly tell people how they're feeling and how you're feeling if you're not face to face and you're just doing it over technology these days.
I think it makes us lazier. It makes communication easier. It makes us lazier. It makes us so we don't have to go out of our way to communicate with people. It's a way of us to take a shortcut, and then it also impacts it because then people they don't know how to communicate when they get face to face.
That affects every generation, because you even see like older people are using iPhones or different forms of technology, or they have tablets and computers now as well, and younger people have started getting phones at a much younger age.
So I think screens have affected listening more also in a negative way, because people are just prone to, a lot of people like to multitask these days. So when you're on your phone and somebody's trying to talk to you, and if you're texting, you're just focused on your text conversation and maybe zoning out from what your friend is saying to you, and you're just learning to kind of listen but not exactly really take in what they're saying these days, because you're more focused on your screen, your social media, and your text conversation outside of actual real world conversation.
Well, I feel like if my friend were to text me something like, "Hey, I'm upset," I'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, what can I do?" and like not really like take it as hard too much, because it's just over screen and like I can't do much. But if someone to come up to me, like I'm an RA, so if a resident was saying, "Hey, I'm going through this hard time," like face to face, I'd be more willing to be like, "Okay, what can I do? What steps? Like, how can I help you? Let's work through this together."